on our order paper, I got quite excited because I'm constantly fighting the forces of growth and blindness to our climate crisis. And so I thought, oh, what a really good bill, because this clearly is something nobody can argue against. And then I found that actually nobody is arguing against it. In fact, even the government supports it. So what's the point, really, in my saying anything? But I will say something anyway, because for me, the whole issue of shark fins actually encapsulates the human problem that we have in our relationship to our planet. Because there is an attitude amongst a vast majority of people, particularly here in this house, that the planet is there for us, that it's there for us to rape and pillage, for us to use as and when we need. And obviously, as a Green, I can see that that simply isn't true. The majority of people think that this whole world is at our disposal, animal, vegetable, mineral. And I would argue that, in fact, it is our lifeline, it is our home, and we really ought to be looking after it better. Humans have been around more or less in the form that we are at the moment for about 100,000 years. But in evolutionary terms, that's like being tiny little toddlers. And our behaviour as humans is often like toddlers. We are greedy, we grab, we do not follow common sense, and we certainly don't seem to understand that Earth is our support system. Listening to the debate on the budget last week was profoundly upsetting, because there was a constant mantra that growth is good, growth is prosperity, growth is well-being, and no understanding that you cannot carry on with growth when you have a finite planet. Our resources will run out, and why should we, here in a very advanced country, grab more than our share? I also, after that debate, thought, this is ridiculous. I can't carry on banging on about climate change when nobody is listening. And I saw that they were serving octopus in the restaurant, and I thought, there's something I can do. I can stop them serving octopus, an incredibly intelligent species, and not necessarily something that we need to eat. And even that is proving very difficult. And there's also a possibility, of course, that we eat shark, because shark is a fish that is often has other terms, for example, flake or whitefish. So I would argue that this bill is clearly a brilliant bill and going to pass. I'm slightly concerned that there is still a small gap about shark fins that can come in if they are sustainably sourced. That is a slight problem, because how are we going to know they are truly sustainable? But in the meantime, I think it's an excellent bill, and I 100% support it.
My lords, from these benches, can I say how much we support this bill?